Good morning, everyone. It's been a while. Today I'm meeting a friend for breakfast, and that made me think I normally don't show my friends in these videos. I usually don't show anyone. And maybe it was a good time to change things. So that's what this vlog's going to be about. Some of my friends. At least the ones I could get on camera. Today's destination is the Harbor House Cafe, known for its leaping Superman from a long-gone phone booth below. This eccentric cafe is usually open 24 hours, but as of late it's been opening at 6 a.m., so we had to wait a bit. Things change.
Good morning, Chris. Morning.
The person I'm meeting this morning is someone I've known for over 50 years now. It's my neighbor, Chris. Chris and his family have always been very helpful and kind to my family, especially after the passing of my mother and my father. I try to get together with him at least once a week. Chris is a big fan of motion pictures, as so am I, and that's why we meet at the Harbor House, because of all of its movie posters and memorabilia. We like to talk movies. Today, Chris had a big surprise for me. He had a coupon for something that I had never heard of before. Something about floating in your own float tank. I had never done such a thing, but it sounded pretty relaxing. I didn't know what to expect, though. I was told it was very easy to float in the water because there was so much Epsom salts in it. And then it made me think about a movie that I saw in the 1980s called Altered States.
He may be on to something that is beyond our own comprehension. Now, because I believe him, I want this thing stopped.
Well, I was told it was nothing like that. And I soon saw it was pretty much like laying in a tub. As I checked things out, they had these little LED orbs you could toss in the water if you weren't comfortable with the dark. That wasn't going to be a concern, but I did want to see if I was going to fit in the tank. I discovered it was a pretty big box, sort of a big meat locker, just not cold at all. It was hot, like a sauna. I decided to give it a try. Okay, so no surprises or out-of-body experiences, but when it's time to get out, they turn on this little blue LED light to let you know. Since I felt all slippery from all that Epsom salt, it was time to wash it off. And that was just in time, too, since the tank drains and refills for the next person. After thanking Chris, I remembered I had to meet another friend for iced tea not too far away, so it was up and onward. This corner bakery is sort of hidden in plain sight, so it doesn't get too crowded. I think I drink more iced tea with friends than the average person, and each friend is an iced tea drinker connoisseur as well. Today I'm meeting up with a friend I've known for about 30 years. His name is Toby. Toby is a video editor by trade. He knows about the latest technology and gadgets being released, and that's what we like to talk about. I've worked with Toby over the years with some of my creative projects. He also has quite a dry sense of humor, which always seems to crack me up. But unfortunately, as nice as this iced tea time was, I have to get going. I've got a long drive ahead. Up here, my next stop is fairly historic. It's the Beverly Hills Hotel. When I was up in Los Angeles more, before heading back on the 405 freeway, I'd frequently stop by the hotel while traffic eased up on my sometimes 2-hour commute. Back then, I figured if I was going to waste an hour sitting somewhere, Why not somewhere relaxing? And maybe even elegant? I found that in the historic Hollywood hangout known as the Polo Lounge. You never knew what you might see here when things got a little wild. Its garden patio is usually flush with celebrities, and over the years I've come to know the restaurant and its staff fairly well. Though when I would come in here, back then, my dilemma was I really couldn't afford to eat here. I certainly couldn't afford to sit at the power tables where the studio executives sat, so I would bide my time at the Polo Bar and drink iced tea. In the 40s, actress Marlene Dietrich was a fan of the restaurant. In this picture you can see the same Roman columns and the polo photo behind her. When I'd sit here, the bartender didn't mind that I just drank refillable iced tea and ate the free snacks. His name was Ron Erickson, and he was by far the nicest person at the hotel. He retired many years ago. He was a good man. Today I'm meeting up with someone you've already met, and two people I haven't. The first is Chris, my neighbor. He's showing some filmmakers from Argentina around the Hollywood area. Their names are Lucas and Stella. I promised to show them some places nearby, but first I figured we'd chat a bit and enjoy some snacks. After showing them around the hotel grounds, I wanted to show them a little bit of Beverly Hills and the Hollywood area. It was only a few blocks away. It was a beautiful estate that's been turned into a city park. It's full of picturesque nooks and crannies, and lots of wedding photographers like to use it. It's called the GreyStone Mansion, and there's even formal tours of it you can take. There wasn't time for that, so I did the quick rundown. Overlooking Beverly Hills, with Hollywood in the distance, you start to realize that maybe you've seen this place before, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It's been in so many movies. The first giveaway that you're at the GreyStone Mansion is its multicolored slate driveway. But most recognizable to me is the mansion's foyer. With its elaborate woodwork, you can see its iconic black and white tiles in almost every movie needing a mansion, like Batman, X-Men, or The Big Lebowski.
You hear me, Lebowski?
Before I left Chris and his friends, I wanted to show them one more location used in movies. Even if it is small, it's a good place for a drink and has a lot of history too. It was the Formosa Cafe. It's a quirky place inside, and I always think of the movie LA Confidential when I see it. I think they enjoyed their time there. I know I did. From there, it was a quick drive down Sunset Boulevard to an area that most tourists think of when they think of Hollywood. It's the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and its collection of eccentric vendors and buskers. I stopped by the historic Chinese Theater for fun, just to check out the famous handprints of long ago. My final destination was right next door, which was also next door to the Dolby Theater complex. It's where the Academy Awards, or Oscars, are held. This is the main walkway and stairs that you see all the Oscar nominees take to the theater while they're on the red carpet. I figured I'd just do a quick look around first. My goal here, though, wasn't to do any sightseeing, but rather see a new movie. A movie that was having its premiere today. I was headed to see a film festival called Dances with Films. Inside, the film festival was just getting started. The film was called 7,000 Miles and was produced by a friend of mine. It's a fictional story based on the idea of what if Amelia Earhart had survived. It stars Wendy Malick as Amelia. The whole cast showed up to celebrate the premiere, and they were there walking the red carpet, with the press. The friend I was looking for was there too. Her name is Deborah Glazier, and she produced the film. Of course, she was busy at the moment giving an interview, but I was able to get a quick photo with her. As I wandered about, I discovered there were other people who recognized me from my days working with Disney. They were all long-time work friends, and it was very good to see them again. I was one of the first people to get into the theater to see the movie. Wendy Malick sat in front of me. I enjoyed the film and seeing my friend Deborah Glazier's hard work up on the screen.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Happy dances with films. I just love you. You're the best mom in the world.
Afterwards, I did get a chance to chat with Deborah and tell her how proud I was of her and how I enjoyed her new film. A little later, I was invited to sit down and catch up on old times.